Procrastination is something we all struggle with at some point. Whether it's putting off work, chores, or even personal goals, the urge to delay tasks can feel overwhelming. In this video, we'll explore a simple yet powerful technique called the 5-minute rule that can help you break free from procrastination. We'll start by understanding why procrastination happens, then move on to practical strategies you can use right away. By the end, you'll have actionable steps to boost your productivity and tackle tasks with confidence. Let's dive in and discover how a few minutes can make a big difference. Before we get into the solution, it's important to understand why procrastination happens. Often, it's not just laziness but a mix of fear, overwhelm, or lack of motivation. Sometimes tasks seem too big or unpleasant, making us avoid them altogether. Recognizing these triggers is the first step toward change. By identifying what holds us back, we can start to address the root causes and find ways to move forward. The 5-minute rule is designed to help you overcome these barriers by making tasks feel more manageable. The 5-minute rule is a simple technique that can help you start any task, no matter how daunting it feels. The idea is to commit to working on a task for just 5 minutes. By lowering the barrier to entry, you trick your brain into starting, which is often the hardest part. Once you begin, you may find it easier to keep going. This rule is effective because it removes the pressure of completing the entire task and focuses on simply getting started. Applying the 5-minute rule is straightforward. When you face a task you want to avoid, set a timer for 5 minutes and start working. You don't have to finish the task, just make progress for those 5 minutes. Often, once you begin, momentum builds and you continue beyond the initial 5 minutes. This approach helps you overcome inertia and makes tasks feel less intimidating. It's a practical way to break big projects into manageable steps. The 5-minute rule works because it leverages the psychology of commitment and momentum. When you commit to a small amount of time, your brain perceives the task as less threatening. This reduces anxiety and resistance, making it easier to start. Once you begin, the act of doing creates motivation, and you're more likely to continue. This principle is supported by research on behavioral activation and habit formation. To use the 5-minute rule, you'll need a timer. This can be a phone, a kitchen timer, or even an online tool. The key is to make the process as simple as possible. Set your timer for 5 minutes and prepare to start your task. Having a clear signal to begin helps reinforce the habit and makes it easier to take action. Choose a timer that works for you and keep it handy for whenever procrastination strikes. Pick a task you've been avoiding. It could be something small, like organizing your desk, or something bigger, like starting a report. The 5-minute rule works for any task, no matter the size. By focusing on just 5 minutes, you remove the pressure to finish and instead concentrate on making progress. This makes it easier to get started and reduces feelings of overwhelm. One of the strengths of the 5-minute rule is its emphasis on starting small. By committing to just 5 minutes, you make the task feel less daunting. This approach is especially helpful for tasks that seem overwhelming or unpleasant. Starting small builds confidence and helps you develop a habit of taking action, even when motivation is low. Once you start working for 5 minutes, you often find it easier to keep going. Momentum is a powerful force in productivity. The act of starting creates energy and motivation, making it more likely you'll continue working. Even if you stop after 5 minutes, you've still made progress. Over time, this builds a sense of accomplishment and helps you tackle bigger tasks. Resistance is a common barrier to productivity. The 5-minute rule helps you overcome resistance by making the task feel less intimidating. When you know you only have to work for 5 minutes, it's easier to push past hesitation and start. This technique is especially useful for tasks you dread or find boring. By lowering the threshold, you make it easier to take action. The 5-minute rule can be applied to work tasks, such as writing emails, preparing reports, or organizing files. When you feel stuck, set your timer and start working for 5 minutes. You'll often find that once you begin, the task becomes easier and you're able to make progress. This technique is a practical way to boost productivity and reduce procrastination in the workplace. The 5-minute rule is also effective for chores and personal tasks at home. Whether it's cleaning, organizing, or starting a new hobby, committing to 5 minutes makes it easier to begin. This approach helps you break tasks into manageable chunks and reduces feelings of overwhelm. It's a versatile tool for tackling everyday responsibilities. Students can use the 5-minute rule to start studying, reading, or working on assignments. When faced with a big project or exam preparation, 5 minutes can make the task feel less daunting. This technique helps build a habit of consistent effort and makes it easier to stay on track with academic goals. For creative tasks like writing, drawing, or brainstorming, the 5-minute rule can help you overcome creative blocks. By committing to a short period, you make it easier to start and let ideas flow. This approach is useful for artists, writers, and anyone looking to boost creativity. Even a few minutes of effort can spark inspiration and lead to bigger breakthroughs. The 5-minute rule can be applied to fitness and health routines. If you struggle to start exercising or preparing healthy meals, commit to just 5 minutes. This makes it easier to begin and often leads to longer sessions. Over time, this builds healthy habits and makes wellness goals more achievable. Big tasks can feel overwhelming, leading to procrastination. The 5-minute rule helps you break them down into smaller, manageable steps. By focusing on just 5 minutes, you make progress without feeling pressured to finish everything at once. This approach is effective for projects, assignments, and long-term goals. Tracking your progress can help reinforce the 5-minute rule. Keep a journal or checklist of tasks you've started using this technique. Seeing your accomplishments builds confidence and motivates you to continue. Over time, you'll notice increased productivity and reduced procrastination. Distractions can derail your efforts to start tasks. The 5-minute rule helps you focus by setting a clear boundary. For 5 minutes, commit to working without interruptions. This makes it easier to concentrate and builds a habit of focused work. If distractions arise, remind yourself that it's only 5 minutes. Rewarding yourself after completing 5 minutes can reinforce the habit. Choose a small reward, like a break or a treat, to celebrate your progress. This positive reinforcement makes it more likely you'll use the 5-minute rule regularly and helps build lasting habits. Perfectionism can lead to procrastination by making tasks feel impossible to start. The 5-minute rule helps you overcome perfectionism by focusing on progress, not perfection. By committing to a short period, you reduce pressure and make it easier to begin. This approach encourages action and helps you let go of unrealistic expectations. Consistency is key to making the 5-minute rule a habit. Use it daily for tasks you tend to avoid. Over time, this technique becomes automatic and helps you tackle procrastination without thinking. Building this habit leads to increased productivity and a greater sense of accomplishment. You can adapt the 5-minute rule to fit your needs. If 5 minutes feels too short or too long, adjust the time to suit your task. The principle remains the same: focus on starting, not finishing. Customizing the rule makes it more effective and helps you overcome procrastination in different situations. The 5-minute rule can be combined with other productivity techniques, such as the Pomodoro technique or time blocking. Using multiple strategies helps you stay focused and make consistent progress. Experiment with different combinations to find what works best for you. Share the 5-minute rule with friends, family, or colleagues. Encouraging others to use this technique can create a supportive environment and help everyone overcome procrastination. Working together makes it easier to stay motivated and build positive habits. Setbacks are a normal part of building new habits. If you miss a day or struggle to start, don't be discouraged. Use the 5-minute rule as a tool to get back on track. Remember, progress is more important than perfection. Every effort counts toward overcoming procrastination. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Recognizing your achievements helps reinforce the habit and motivates you to continue. Use the 5-minute rule as a way to build momentum and create lasting change. Over time, you'll notice increased productivity and reduced procrastination. Visualizing success can help you stay motivated. Imagine yourself completing tasks and achieving your goals. The 5-minute rule is a practical step toward making these visions a reality. By focusing on small actions, you build confidence and move closer to your desired outcomes. Regularly review your routine to see how the 5-minute rule is working for you. Adjust your approach as needed and look for ways to improve. This ongoing reflection helps you stay on track and make the technique even more effective. Using the 5-minute rule consistently leads to long-term benefits. You'll develop a habit of taking action, reduce procrastination, and increase productivity. Over time, this technique helps you achieve your goals and build a more positive, proactive mindset. To sum up, the 5-minute rule is a simple yet powerful tool for beating procrastination. By committing to just 5 minutes, you make it easier to start tasks and build momentum. Use this technique for work, study, chores, and personal goals. Remember, progress starts with small steps. Try the 5-minute rule today and watch your productivity soar.